Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss.
And I'm Natalie Herbeck. All hour long, we are splashing into all things water with our H2OH road trip.
Water, that's right, I said water. What are you wanting to know? Well, let's dive in and find out. New Day Cleveland starts right now.
It is time to hit the water. We are here in Berea at Wallace Lake. I have Rachel with me from the Metro Parks.
Yes.
It's good to see. I got a paddle in hand, so I have a feeling you might know what we're doing. We're getting out on some paddle boards today.
Absolutely. Stand-up paddleboarding continues to grow, and people love standing on the board to see new things. And what better place to do it than Wallace Lake and Millstream Run Reservation?
This is beautiful down here, and I know it's not a sunny day, but gosh, you could do this any day throughout the summertime and just really get out, explore nature, have a blast doing it. And so if you're a beginner like me, have no fear. This is what this is made for, right? Beginners.
Exactly. It's a beautiful flat water paddling venue, so you don't have to worry about wind or waves too much out here. It's a beautiful place to get started, learn how to do it, and then once you start to get comfortable, you can take that out to Lake Erie and other places. But we have a series known as Try It, Learn It, Live It. So today, Natalie, you are going to try
I'm going to try
paddleboarding.
it. And we learn. And then eventually I'll live it at some
That's
point.
right.
All right, so first step, safety, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We want to make sure we're nice and safe. Make sure you have a paddle.
Okay.
When the paddle's on the ground, let's say in your right hand by your right foot, go ahead and put your hand on top of the grip. Perfect. We want a nice slight bend here, just like we have. Some paddles are adjustable, other ones are fixed. And this beautiful paddle was made by Edgewater Surf. And so were the boards we're going to use. So I think we can dive into the equipment a little bit.
Okay, let's do this. But speaking of Edgewater Surf, Jeff is here with us. He made the paddle. Didn't you just say you made this for me this week?
I did.
Because I'm a shorty and you needed something a little smaller than what you had.
Yes, because they're not adjustable and they're handmade from wood, they need to be made to the correct height for the person that will be using the paddle.
Well, I thank you for doing this. I thank you. He's going to come out on the water with us. So this is fun. We're throwing you into the mix because we're using your beautiful equipment to do so.
All right, Natalie, you're looking good on the
feel
board.
good. All right.
Just to refresh, once you are out, you're going to make sure you put your leash around your ankle, or it can go around your calf.
Okay.
You're gonna put your paddle in front of you, one knee on either side of this handle, just like you did right there.
All right.
And you are good to go. So you can pick your paddle up.
All right.
We need smiles.
Which I'm nervous, but I'm excited right now. What are the few basics that we learn once we first get in the water like this?
Sure. So we want to make sure you can turn, right? He's like, oh no,
I don't want to go to the fountain.
So Natalie, as you, when you switch sides, you're going to switch hands. So different hands are going to be up top. So if you switch to the other side, you're going to put your other hand.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
So this becomes a full body workout. I get it now.
Absolutely, a full body workout, yeah. And as you switch it, remember we want that angled away from us.
Okay.
So rotate the
Angled
paddle
away.
There. Perfect.
Learning the little things. Jeff's a pro over there. He already knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
okay.
Jeff,
But I'm still listening. I might learn something here.
Okay.
I love it. Out
So,
far away from
turn.
you is going to turn you. You can go in from the front or the back. So if we go from the front now, yep. And you can even put your hand on the T-grip when we're turning and just go a big rainbow pattern all the way to the back. So if you start heading to that fountain, Natalie.
Now I know what to do. For a second there, I got a little nervous.
Perfect.
This is a workout already. Not towards the fountain. No. Oh my God.
Paddle backwards, go in at the tail. Go for it. There we go. You're doing awesome. I love it. I love that you're starting to remember how to hold the paddle the right way. These triads, they take a while, right?
They honestly, this takes a little bit getting used to.
And that's what we tell people, just come out and try it. See if you like it. See if this is something you want to continue to build your skills in.
I love it. Okay.
So Natalie, when we go to stand, make sure no one's directly in front of you, just in case you take a dive into the water. And then what you're gonna do, just like when we got on the board, you're gonna put your paddle down in front of you.
Okay.
And then you're going to put one foot at a time next to the
knees.
handle.
I'm getting old.
And then look up ahead of you. If you look at the water, you're likely to go in the water. There you go. Put the next foot, slowly stand up, and put your paddle in the water.
Oh my gosh.
You got this. There you go. Perfect. Slowly stand up, put your paddle in the water.
Hold my paddle.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it in the water and take a stroke backwards if you're feeling comfortable enough. If you're getting... So Natalie, look at you. You are stand-up paddleboarding right now.
This, I mean, it's full body. It is full body for sure. Thank you so much for having me out here. I'm gonna try to get back on land without getting wet. That's the goal. Thank you guys
Perfect.
so much for doing this with me.
Absolutely. You look awesome, Natalie.
Okay.
You can book paddleboarding classes at the Metro Parks website, and you can also order custom paddleboards at edgewatersurf.com. All right, how about gliding on the water with the sport of water skiing? The Chippewa Lake Show team is going to show you how to do it. Take a look.
We were originated out of Chippewa Lake. Obviously, we're in Norton right now at Emerald Lake, our professional site. And we mostly cater to the people of, west of Akron, east of Chippewa. Anybody that can really make it out here for a Wednesday show. And there's some nights where it's a little cold and rainy, not a lot of people show up. And then we're out there just to ski, we're out there just to have fun. So really it's open to anybody who wants to be here, but we'll have fun regardless. The team originated back in the late 70s and then died out in the mid 80s. And then it actually came back in, I think, 96 or 97. And then since then, it's been, it'll be 30 years here in a couple. Difficulty ranges from teaching people how to ski all the way up to, doing flips off the jump out there and, skiing without skis. And it's something cool where you can start entry level and then you can just push as hard as you want to. And, you can kind of lay back and do some stuff that you're comfortable with too at the same time. So there's a lot of range that comes with that as well. Sometimes we'll put a big metal bar on the side of the boat. It's called a boom. It's a lot easier to hold on to. And that'll teach younger kids to ski like that, somebody that's not as comfortable on the water just yet. And from there, we'll throw out a long line behind the boat and give some instruction with that. Once you're walking doing that, if you will, you can run doing anything else. There's a lot of upsides and not too many downsides. It's something where you're coming together with a lot of people, with a lot of familiarities. It's just a good time. We're the only team that really goes to competitions that's this far east. We're a lot smaller than some of the other teams, so we're a lot more tight-knit, I feel like. We can be on the same page a lot more of the time. We have a really, really nice venue for our shows that not a lot of teams offer. The Learn to Ski stuff, I'm not too sure if other teams do that. It's something that we do, obviously. And then having the two teams, with the one team being focused on the shows and the tournaments and going to do the pro shows like the ones at Lake Anna for the Barberton Mumfest. And then along with having the other team that's just developmental and it's more beginner based. That's more to teach kids how to ski and get them up on the water and get them feeling comfortable and confident. When you have a community of people that's their focus and you like to see new people come in and you like to see people improve, it's something that's really special that we have here that not a lot of people get to do, and I think that's why it's such a big attraction. It's a big thing where a lot of families can join, and it's something unique where everybody gets to get involved and it doesn't leave too many people out. Even if you're not on the water, we do have a lot of support members, support staff, boat drivers, spotters, those who help with ropes on the docks and stuff. They're just as important, if not more so, than the skiers out there. Typically, ski shows and tournaments are 13 acts, and that's what we try to replicate here on our Wednesday shows. And on the water, we'll build stuff like pyramids. We'll do some more extreme stuff, have some people ski actually all the way around the boat. Like I said earlier about the jump ramp, they'll hit that jump ramp doing spins or flips, anything like that. We do some stuff that's hands-free, with either a belt and a loop from the rope that attaches to it, allowing people to do lifts on the water. It's so niche, it's so tight-knit. You make a lot of friends, you meet a lot of new cool people. Like I said earlier, I just don't think there's a better place to be.
Okay, we're reeling you in. You got it. David's going fishing coming up.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. We're going to the shores of Lake Erie to learn some fishing tips from my friend Jeff. Check it out. Okay, I got my glasses, I got my hat, I got Jeff, Great Lakes Fly Fishing. This is one of those things, I forgot all about the lake once in a while. You know, I'm driving around out there and this,
Yeah.
this big, beautiful body of water. I know people fish out here, but I never heard of fly fishing out here.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a growing thing. It really is. You know, I think it's gaining traction over the last, 3 or 4 years for sure.
Okay, so we're standing here on the dock. This is the public dock right off of Edgewater. Where do we go to get this thing going?
Well, you don't even have to have a fancy pants boat, right? You got this fancy pants
Looks
boat.
fancy pants to me.
Yeah, it's fancy pants.
Okay.
So, but you could just fish right off all the Cleveland breakwalls. It's all public. Metro Parks maintains them. You can fish, use a fly rod anywhere along the lakeshore.
Okay, so why don't we jump in there and you show us your secret fishing hole?
I think we can.
Okay, is my head okay?
My little tilt to the left.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. What's nice about the Cleveland Harbor is that there's a lot of places for a small boater, like or the shore angler, that they can find a place to fish.
So do you give lessons where you take them on the boat also, or from land, a variety of ways to do it?
Yeah.
So it's like a pick and choose smorgasbord.
Exactly, yeah. Or just like, you chit chat like we're doing, you say, what do you really want to do? They're like, I want to learn how to cast a fly rod. It's like, I just want to learn how to fish the Cleveland area. Some people just say, I just want to catch a limited walleye.
Yeah, right.
And that's the easy part, right?
They call that walleye some of the best fish in the world.
It's pretty good. You go sidearm, go this way, right off the side, this way.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Boom! Boom! Look out!
Look out! We're having some fun. Hey, so I did cast this with this casting reel, but this is a lot different than fly fishing, which you also teach.
Yes, absolutely. That's 90% of what I like to do, but I really do like all styles of fishing for sure.
This is great. At my age, I got a new hobby all of a sudden.
Well, you might not want to get as deep as I am, right? That was a lot of jewelry there for sure, right?
I'm telling you. Yeah, this is beautiful. The boat's beautiful. So when people call you, Great Lakes Fly Fishing, they get a chance to come out and do this, just what I'm doing.
Exactly, all day.
What makes fly fishing different?
Well, so you know how you had the weighted lure?
Yeah.
And then you had the thin fishing line?
Yeah.
So the weight of the lure takes the line for a ride. Fly fishing is opposite. It's the weight of the line that takes the lure fishing. So you have the line, look how much thicker the line is, right?
So this is more skillful maybe, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
I would say it's like, how
I
you
might be in trouble.
No.
So is it just going to come out of the water when I do this?
Yep, you do it pretty aggressively. Go for it. One more time, back again. There you go. There you go.
I don't think I'm going to catch many fish like that.
Believe it or not, that's a good start.
How long is a lesson if somebody wants to come out?
I usually say 1 to 2 hours for like a casting lesson on the land. If you come out on the boat, then it's all day. We learn a little bit, we go back, we teach a little bit more, we catch a few fish hopefully, and we can always go catch some walleyes if the fly fishing's slow too.
Okay, Great Lakes Fly Fishing, and he also teaches for Metro Park, so he's all over the place. So if you want to get involved before summer disappears, you better call now. If you want to catch him, you don't need a fly rod. All you need is this tip from me. He's a great guy. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
You too, man.
We're going fishing. How about getting active on the water? Maybe on kayaks or maybe even a jet ski. Well, here's some water sports you don't want to miss.
So at Great Lakes Water Sports, we provide experiences on the Cuyahoga River for friends and family to enjoy without the hassle of owning a boat. We provide captain cruises, boat rentals, kayak rentals, and jet ski rentals. We also do corporate events on our kayaks. We are located on the west bank of the Flats on the Cuyahoga River. So we offer something for the entire family. So whether you want to go a more affordable route, get on the water for our kayak rentals, they're only $26 for a single, $32 for a double. Our boat rentals range from $300 to $700, but our captain cruises range from $500 to $800. We have something for everybody. So we'll get you on the water, whether you're a beginner or you're an experienced operator. We are the best urban kayaking spot in the area. Our kayak rentals are walk-up only. You can rent them as long as you like. We always have kayaks available. We also offer powerboat rentals all the way. We have 3 pontoon boats, 2 speed boats available for rental. We also do captain cruises on our speed boats. And you can book all those online at gowatersports.com. Advise everybody to book ahead. We often sell out on weekends. Best to book ahead. We do 2 and 4 hour rentals for our boat rentals. Our jet ski rentals are an hour, and our jet ski rentals are staff guided. We provide the fast key. Our jet skis go 50 miles an hour. We send a guide out with you to make sure everything is safe. And the guide also acts as your personal photographer. So the guide will take pictures of you if you would like. We advise all our jet ski rental customers, if they want to take pictures out on the water, to purchase one of our aqua cases or bring their own. Our aqua cases are waterproof and they float, so it'll keep your phone safe and you can operate your phone while you're on the water. Safety is a real big priority at Great Lakes Water Sports. Our staff encompasses a very experienced water sports enthusiasts. We have lifeguards on our staff, we have rescue swimmers on our staff, we have certified captains on our staff. This is my 4th year operating the business. I acquired Great Lakes Water Sports in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm an engineer at NASA Glenn Research Center as well, so I maxed out in that career path. I was looking for a business to buy, and me and my son used to kayak here all the time. So that's how I got introduced to the previous owners. When they told me they were selling, I made an offer the very next day. It's been an honor to serve the city of Cleveland. We get over 10,000 people on the water every year, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful time down here on the dock. We are open daily from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We always have kayaks available. We have 36 kayaks in our fleet. We are also home to all of your waterproof floating accessories. So we have an accessory shop here at Great Lakes Water Sports. We have seen so many phones and sunglasses lost in this Cuyahoga River. So we encourage everybody to protect their phones. So we have aqua cases, we have belt bags for the ladies. We have everything you need to enjoy your time on the water. The joy this business brings to Northeast Ohio and all the people that come see us from far and wide, that's been the biggest joys for me.
Still to come, let's add some H2O to those paintbrushes. Guess what? Natalie's learning to watercolor paint.
If you love water and you have a passion for painting, this would be a perfect stop for you. I'm here with Nancy at Nano Gallery. Thank you for having me into your beautiful gallery. It is surrounded by everything that you have painted with water paint, and they're gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
When we come into a class as a beginner, we have my paints ready to go. Is there a reason why we chose those 3 colors?
Yes, for beginners, I like them to learn with just the primary colors because you can learn to mix paint, learn to mix all colors from those 3. And it's really a good learning experience to know how to do that.
That makes it, because you think you learn that as a child, but really, I'm sure the way you're about to show me is going to be even different. So how would I begin? How would you take me through the first steps? We're going to create a beach scene?
Yes,
Okay.
and we're going to start with the sky.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you a very fun technique for creating clouds.
Okay.
So I would take the brush and just grab a little bit of the paint and dilute it with water. It just takes practice because there's no formula for me to tell you you need this much water and this much paint. You just
That's
have
so
to
true. It's by practice.
just practice, practice, practice. And we don't want so much water that it's, dripping everywhere, but you have to have water in order for the paint to move. And that's the most exciting part about watercolor, is getting the paint and the water to interact together. So now you've got to take your brush and get it loaded up with the blue paint. We're just going to paint that paint
Oh, how
back and forth.
beautiful that just
Yep.
moves
All
about.
the way down to the horizon. And if it's very light, you can add more water to it, because as long as it's wet, you can play with it. Once it sinks into the paper, you gotta stop.
Ah, good tip.
Okay, so I'm gonna wad up this paper towel like this, and I'm gonna,
We're making the clouds like this, okay.
yes, we're gonna lift it out, and you want your clouds not to be like cotton balls across the paper, but connected, you know, and think about how clouds are that you see in the sky.
How does that
Great.
look? Okay.
Great.
They're slightly different than yours.
That's fine.
Okay.
Everybody's clouds are different.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red and make kind of a brownish sandy color. Yeah,
Maybe I'll
that's
leave it
great.
like that. Okay.
That's great. Then we're going to load the brush up with paint. We're going to drag the brush right across, and you might, you know, it might skip around, but that's going to be the highlights of the water.
Well, what do you think so far? I think it's not bad, but we'll get the final look too from her, which will be much better than just this. But I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far.
I think you did great.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
You're
This has been
welcome.
such a pleasure. I want to come back and take. Now I'm not a beginner anymore, right?
Right.
Nano Gallery is located in Berea. You can book in-studio or online classes with Nancy on her website. She was so sweet to work with. All right, are you looking to maybe freshen up those skills in the water? We've got just the place for you. Take a look at Liquid Lifestyles. Liquid Lifestyles is a premier swim company. We specialize in the training of children ages 6 months all the way up through adults. We work with all levels, so triathletes all the way down to learn to swim children. I started teaching as a young high school swimmer myself. I was a competitive swimmer, and I started in my parents' backyard pool in Avon Lake, so west side of Cleveland. I opened up their backyard pool to some private lessons, and I rolled that summer after summer, and after graduating, we had about 250 kids. And I thought to myself, this could be real, this is my passion, how can I make this an actual job? And from there, over the last 2 decades, it spanned from going to a multitude of recreation centers and private health clubs and renting out whatever water was available. And then once we outgrew all of the water that we had accessible to us, we decided to build our own facility, which is where we're at here in Westlake. Shipping Container Swim Schools were the first in the nation and still are the first in the nation to have this type of facility. Our services, they range from our Baby Bubbles program, which is a parent-child class that starts at 6 months. We do our Liquid Bubbles, which is all of our learn to swim children, anywhere from children with anxiety all the way up to some pre-competitive skills. We also have a competitive program, which is our Liquid Medals program, and that is for children up until age 12. And then we have a vast array of adult programs. Square One for adults who have fear and anxiety around the water, and then all the way up through Cleveland Triathlon Club sponsored clinics and open water events. So we really do everything. We're proud of that. Anxiety in the water, I mean, it's at any age. The number of adults who come to us because they've had a fear of the water for 50 years and they just want to go into the water and experience, summers with their grandkids. They can come in, they can get over that fear, and then they can have fun and even use it for fitness if they wanted to. Regardless of your age and regardless of what skill level you're coming in, whether you have anxiety or you don't have anxiety, we are going to lay the foundation, the building blocks of being able to be relaxed, learning balance, learning proper breathing techniques before we ever add arms and legs and rotation. Because without those solid foundations, it's really hard to complicate it more with additional movements. So regardless of your ability or where you come, we're going to make sure that the foundations are solid first.
Patton, keep that head down.
What is unique about Liquid Lifestyles is our coaches. I mean, we have a really cool facility and it's very unique and there's a lot of fun things that we can do here. But without the professional, dedicated, career-minded coaches that we have on staff, it would just be, another traditional swim school. So our coaches really set us apart. I'm proud of their talents and what they're able to do in short periods of time with our clients.
The end goal is to coach them to be able to get to where they see themselves wanting to be. Like, what is their goal? Is their goal to be able to go on vacation and just enjoy boating or go snorkeling or go scuba diving? Do they want to use swimming for exercise and fitness? Is it for their children to, have obvious reasons of safety around water? Whatever their goal is, we will take them there.
Liquid Lifestyles has a new location in North Royalton. You can sign up for the classes at liquidlifestyles.com. Coming up, David is going on a beach glass hunt along Lake Erie. You won't want to miss it.
The treasure hunt has begun, and we're talking about, what's it called, beach glass?
Beach glass, yeah.
Beach glass. I was looking over here, and I see something that's green.
Yep.
That looks, could that be beach glass?
Yes, yep. You can move the rocks away a little bit and kind of check it out.
You do it with your hands?
And just do it with your hands. Yep, pick that up. Okay, that looks like it. Now, if you're not sure, you can kind of hold it up to the sun, and you can see if it's
get my hat back
a little bit of
here.
translucent there.
What do you
think?
think?
So you see through that? Yep, I think you have a wonderful looking piece
That
of
is
Kelly
my
green.
first ever discovered beach glass. What do you think of that?
I love it. I think you need a bag to put that in, is what I think.
So we need equipment.
You need equipment, yes, to beach glass. I mean, unless you want to fill your pockets up, but then they start to get a little heavy.
Okay,
so.
let's put this one in your bag.
All
'cause
right,
it's
sure.
so special to me. It's my very first.
Yeah, all right.
go.
Well, make sure you get that one.
Okay, so you've been on the show before,
Yes.
and you showed us some things you do with the beach glass. Now you get that little piece of beach glass, and what would you do with that?
Well, sometimes people will make, for example, like jewelry. So sometimes they'll maybe make like rings. So I have these are wire wrapped wings.
This is from
rings.
the same family as my Discovery.
It is, yes. That's a Kelly green color of glass, beach glass, and these are all different kind of colors of glass that have been found and then turned into rings for me. But you can make necklaces out of them or earrings.
So it's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
look, are we playing golf too, or what's this thing here?
There's a lot of bending over when you do this. So sometimes you can take this and actually scoop up
And you're gonna sift,
a little
huh?
bit of, yep, and you can kind of sift through
This
this.
is how they used to hunt for gold.
Yeah, something almost like that. You just don't need to add water.
Where are we on the lake right now?
So right now we're in Avon Lake, Ohio,
Avon
and we're
Lake.
at what's called Veterans Park Beach.
Veteran Park Beach.
Yep.
So I was thinking, when we were talking about this at the studio, I was thinking about walking down the beach and picking up shells and stuff. But you said a place where these rocks collect, this is the golden territory
This
here.
is where you want to be. I call them debris lines, or officially they're called strand lines. So when the water, like if there's a storm, the waves will push up these rocks, and what they'll do is they'll drop them down right here, and then that water will go back out, and then again, another wave will come up, drop some more debris down. So it's not just rocks, it can be organic matter, and it can be beach glass, just like this, what you're
look at-
finding.
That is great. That is cool.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people do artwork with this. They put it in picture frames.
Yes, absolutely.
Jewelry.
Yes, they make Christmas trees out of, certain colors and things like that.
Okay, so you got this beautiful piece of equipment. You got these nice bags.
Yep.
So what kind of equipment do you need to be a real glass hunter?
Just the enthusiasm and excitement to come out on the beach.
Well, we got this. I like this.
So we
because
have
the
the
dirt-
bag. The sand. Then this is nice because this actually has some holes in it, and so we want the sand to go through, but we want it to hold on to our beach glass. So this way, when I put my treasures in here, they'll actually, stay in the bag, but
Oh,
the
look
sand
at
will go
this.
through. So yeah, so that was an old Coke bottle at one point probably, and this was probably safety glass because it's all smooth and real thin.
It's a beautiful time out here. Even if you don't find anything, you're having a great time on the lake.
Yes, because at the end of the day, you should have fun when you're doing this. I mean, there's definitely the thrill of the hunt, but it's very beautiful out here. You can a lot of people come out here just to decompress a little bit.
Shay, you've got it going on. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, David. Good job today, by the way.
Thank you.
Embark on a journey on the water that's a little farther west. It is an adventure full of wildlife encounters and relaxation. This is the River Monster Tours in Huron.
River Monster Tours is a family-based business. We started to bring the beauty of the Huron River to everybody who otherwise would never see it. Even if you have a boat, chances are you're not going to go up the river. It's really shallow in spots and treacherous. So you really have to know the waterways to actually go up the river. So even if you have a boat, you're not probably going to get up there. If you don't have a boat, you're definitely not going to get up there. And the reality is it's something worth sharing. On our tours, we have at least 3 different eagle's nests that we get to go under. One of them specifically right now has 3 eagle babies in it, which is pretty cool. They don't always show up to give us a show. Sometimes they're, hit or miss. That's one of the big main attractions. Everybody loves watching the eagles. Everybody loves seeing the eagles, but there's a lot more than eagles. You've got pretty much everything you can imagine. I mean, this is one of the biggest migratory bird, sanctuaries in the world, honestly. They come right through here. It's actually, I would say, in the top 5 most traveled birding areas that you'll actually find. And so early in the spring, when we get those birds coming through, I mean, it's pretty special. And, then you've got your normal birds, the ones that are always here. You've got egrets, your white egrets. You've got your great blue herons, your kingfishers, of course, the eagles. Eagles love it here. I mean, I've seen over 20 at a time. And I mean, they are big and they're majestic. They're really cool. We also offer 2 different tours. We've got our river tour, which goes a full hour and a half up the river. And that's great. I mean, honestly, if you want to have the full experience, that's what you got to do. But we also offer in the mornings and specifically on Sundays what we call our harbor ride, which is kind of for kids and a little bit shorter. And we don't go up the river, but we do kind of go around the harbor here. We explore the different boat slips from the big, freighters back in the day and kind of get a good look at what's here. It's a fun thing, short enough for the kids. Not gonna actually get the experience of the river, but it will give you a taste. And once you've gotten the taste, you gotta have the rest. So anyway, those are our 2 main offerings. We also offer a party option. It's good for, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, business outings, team working skill parties, team working in general, because as you can see, we have a paddle on the back. It's a fun thing to do. It does work, it's functional. We can turn the motor on idle and you can actually get the boat going pretty quick just with the paddle. And it's fun. Definitely kids love it. Adults, I dare you to make it past 10 minutes. Once you get around the corner over the bridges, what ends up happening is it opens up into this beautiful, beautiful delta. That's what's special about this place. You walk in, you get on the boat, you kind of think, okay, this is gonna be a little boat ride. You come around a corner and all of a sudden there's this beautiful, beautiful sanctuary where there's tons of birds. The lily pads are absolutely gorgeous. You've got trees that, they've been dead for years, but God couldn't have decorated it better. We want to share the river with everybody. I've lived here now for 13 years and I love it. I don't think there's another place in the world like it. They might try to say they're like us, but they're not. This is special, and if you ask anybody, they might be mad at me for saying this, but Huron is Ohio's best kept secret. And once you get here, you'll see why.
Now, like Tom mentioned, River Monster Tours also do a lot of private parties. There's catering and music options for those as well. And you're welcome to bring your own adult drinks too. You can book at rivermonstertours.com or give them a call.
Make a splash and see how you can get your 4 foot in the water right after this.
Road trips, recipes, and much more. Go to fox8.com and click on the New Day Cleveland tab.
So, Captain Judy, do I say ahoy or all aboard?
Whichever you want, what'll get us on the boat.
So she's got, how many people working for you out
We
here?
have 11 captains on 8 boats.
How many of the captains are ladies?
Half.
Half?
Yeah.
So this is quite a seaworthy crew.
So
why
5
don't we
and a half.
5 and a half. 5 and a half. Let's get on board. We're going to check out Portage Lakes.
Okay.
Let's do it. So I had no idea that we could jump on the boat here and cruise around. So what do you show folks here?
The houses and the landscaping for one thing, and then all the different bar, restaurants, and wildlife, and then even some of the real wildlife. I mean, we have some pretty wildlife.
What do you mean by wildlife?
Well, we've got a lot of festivities that go on here There are a lot of bars on the water, so they can't drink on the water, but they can drink and then come out all they want.
Okay, so this is your business, your company. So do you call yourself a captain, or do you call Kevin a captain?
I call them captains.
So, so Kevin's a captain right now too, right?
That's right, he's a captain.
Are there groups that can come on and bring beverages on the boat?
They're allowed to bring all the food and beverages they want as long as it's not alcohol while we're traveling.
That sounds terrific. And what kind of gear should you wear if you come out to do this?
Usually in the summertime we have everything from bikinis to you know, those that want to keep covered up a little bit better.
We're talking about a nice trip here. So how long is the usual trip? You have different...
In 2 hours we can see all 7 lakes, so that's what we do. Unless they want extra time to add on, that sort of thing. We have live entertainment on some of our cruises. On the big boat that we rent, we can do everything from Victorian teas to a murder mystery to lots of fun things. It carries up to 45 people.
Yeah, and it's really a lot of fun to see the different types of houses from the different eras.
There are century homes. This one is a 100-year-old home, and so is that gray one over there.
And I see lots of rafts. I see lots of different kinds of watercraft. So people have a lot of fun out here.
Lots of fun out here. It's a fun place to live. It was a fun place to grow up.
And then what made you want to do this?
Well, my mom said, just take people for rides in your boats, you know, and it turned out to be a good idea because there are rentals here, but you don't have a captain unless you come out with us.
Yeah.
We have all pontoon boats in our fleet, but there are everything from battery-operated Duffy boats to speed boats. Kevin knows the boats better. He has a Boston Whaler. There are all kinds of boats out here.
Okay, and then, so what was the pier called that we just left?
That was Picks at Portage Lakes and Smoke on the Water, 2 restaurant bars that are right side by side.
They've been on New Day Cleveland.
They have been.
Yeah. If I want to go to a place that's down there, but I'm parked over here and I jumped on board down here, can I get off the boat down there?
Yes.
Hang out for a while? And
absolutely.
Then what do? Do I wait for a boat to come back, or do you just wait for me, or what do you do?
We wait for you.
You wait?
Yes.
How long will you wait?
As long as it takes.
When you buy a boat ride, you buy it by the trip, by the hours, or how do you do that?
It's by the trip, and you design it for how many hours you want to go.
And then you pay by the hour?
Yeah.
You have to tip the captain?
That's a good idea.
Makes Kevin smile right there. There it is. There's the big smile. What's the name of the cruise line?
Portage Lakes Cruises.
And how many ships do you have?
11.
11 ships?
8 and 11 captains.
11 captains?
Yep.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was so nice having you aboard.
Ahoy!
Get competitive on the water with your pup. Here is Duke's Canine Dash and Splash.
You ready? Let's go.
Duke's Canine Dash and Splash has been coined Doggy Disneyland. We offer multiple different sports, including dock diving and frisbee, and we offer training and practice and competitions in multiple dog sports. Yeah, good boy! We got Duke, who is now a 8-year-old Belgian Malinois. Belgian Malinois are very much working dogs. They need to have a job to do. He was not the greatest puppy in the beginning, and out of frustration, we started researching to see, what is going on. We are going to have to find a job for him to do in order to make this work. And we came across the dock diving event. It was about 3.5 hours away. We went there for the weekend with my son, Zach, who at the time was 14, and they had the best time. It was like a different dog. So we immediately said, okay, where's the next event? And unfortunately, there really wasn't anywhere within 2.5 hours of us to practice or train in the sport of dock diving. So I looked at my husband and I said, hey, what do you think about, trying to open a facility? He thought I was crazy, but here we are 8 years later. If you have a dog that has some energy that they need to expel, whether you're already an avid dog sport person or you're just looking to get involved in dog sports in general, we cater to all of them.
Okay, go get it. Go, go, go. Yes, good boy, Renegade. What a good boy.
One of the biggest things that I think that we offer is the training and practice in the sport of dock diving. So we have 3 dock diving pools, 2 of which are outside. 1 is indoors now, so that has allowed us to operate year-round. We have trainers for all of those different pools that will help work with you either for 30 minutes or 60 minutes during your private session. I think it's important for every dog to have been exposed to water in some way or another, because at some point, you know, whether it be a lake or a pond or your neighbor's pool, they don't inherently know how to swim. So getting them acclimated to the swimming, even if you have no interest in becoming a duck diver, is good, right? And so we have life jackets in all sizes. If a dog has never been fully exposed to swimming, we always start them with a life jacket. What makes us different is that we take a lot of pride in making sure that our facility is always clean and safe, not just for the humans, but the dogs as well. Our trainers have a wealth of experience, so they are able to understand the dog's body language and kind of come up with new and inventive ways to help a dog overcome whatever obstacle may be preventing them from their full potential. All of our staff here, all of our volunteers try very, very hard to make sure that every new person that comes feels welcome, immediately part of our community. I think that is probably what makes us really special, is that when you leave here for the first time, you usually cannot wait to come back, and because you already feel like part of the family. If you're really busy and you are just not able to dedicate the time that you can bring your dogs, you can drop them off here with us in the morning. We will introduce them to all of the things. So if they've never done the dock diving or the barn hunt, the frisbee, our staff will train and work with them throughout the day, and then you pick them up in the evening. We send videos and photos throughout the day to kind of give you updates on your dog's progress. And no doubt they're going home tired, and as they say, a tired dog is a good dog.
Duke's Canine is located in Windham on State Route 303. And if your pup isn't into the water, don't worry, Duke's Canine has something for them too. You can check out their barn hunting classes online. All right, dinner with a view, lakeside dining, when we come back.
The Oaks Lakeside Restaurant and Event Center. It's a restaurant and it's a premier wedding facility. We also do lots of special events, birthdays, anniversaries, showers, and regular dining. We are located in southern Medina County. If you come down 71, we're 3 miles from the intersection of 71 and Interstate 76. I'm second generation here. My uncle and his partner started it in 1961, and it started as sort of a casual fine dining. We like to consider it the finest in casual dining. We have a lot of customers who are generational. They have been coming here since they were young. Their parents came here before them. And so we do have a lot of special memories that people make here, especially our wedding clients and our special event clients, whether it's baby showers, wedding showers, birthdays. We have a lot of anniversary celebrations. We have a lot of people who come every year and celebrate their anniversary. We have a small cottage down by the water that people rent and come for dinner, stay at the cottage. We also have the cottage available for our wedding guests. It's a wonderful experience. You come out, especially this time of year, enjoy the weather, spectacular sunsets. Just enjoy the casual but sort of sophisticated nature of our environment and our service. You won't find a much better atmosphere in Northeast Ohio than on our lake, and we provide exceptional service. It's our goal to make sure that everyone is having a memorable experience, and one of the things they're thinking when they're leaving is, when are they coming back? Chippewa Lake is Ohio's largest natural lake. It is glacier formed tens of thousands of years ago. It's been here a long time. This house has been on the property since the early 20s. It's been sort of a restaurant, tavern, lodging since the 40s. And as I said, my family's owned it since 1961. Well, we welcome children, families. We have spaces that are large enough to accommodate large groups. We do have a lot of kids. We don't really have a kids menu, but we do have items that will satisfy the younger kids who are coming with their folks. We're just a very welcoming place, I believe. Since our renovation in 2019, we are completely handicapped accessible. We're just a wonderful place to come and enjoy a beautiful sunset, a wonderful meal, and good company. Come on out, enjoy a good meal.
Well, we hate to rain on your parade, but that wraps up our H2OH road trip. We're feeling so refreshed, and we sure hope you are too.
And thank you for joining us. And remember to stay hydrated, very important. And if you missed any of the businesses we featured, head on over to fox8.com and click on the New Day tab. I'm David Moss.
I'm Natalie Herbeck.
And we'll see you on the next
New Day Cleveland.
So long.